Hey guys, Zach here and welcome to my new video. First off, I want to wish you guys all a happy new year. I hope you celebrated a bit with your family or friends. I know this year was like not much possible. But yeah, anyway, so I hope you had a good time and I hope this year will be a bit better. And I would say we jump directly into the video. This video is about the Succession and the Awakening from the Novel class, and we go through the trailer, and we will discuss about what we see there skill wise. But before we do that, they actually announced some kind of like preview to the kids on their website. So what that means is they explained a bit how the kids work, and I think that's really interesting. Both kids are really interesting, Succession and Awakening, and I would say we did directly discuss it, discuss a bit about it. And the Succession kid is all around the Axion. The Axion is your big summon, and I know many people thought they will get the big summon and Awakening, but it was pretty obvious in my opinion that the picture they showed was about Succession have the big summon and Awakening has the Awakening weapon. I mean, it would make total sense. The summons come out of her shield, so the shield is the source of their summons. So yeah, and for me it was quite obvious that this will happen. I don't know if many players, I think at the moment, want to play Awakening, but I think also many will go Succession because of the dragon, and I think in Succession the class is a bit more like player friendly skill wise. I think it's a bit easier than Awakening, but we have to see. We can't tell about that now. So here, like how the class works, like Axion can be summoned by sacrificing Nova's Thornwood guards. This is like your own guards when you summon them, and potions of her own health. This is really interesting because that means your own health is your resource, and this is really cool. This is a cool mechanic because then you need to like, okay, do I have enough health for that now, or like maybe not, and we have to see how it really turns out. But I think that's a really cool mechanic instead of just adding this big summon to her skills and like nothing around it. So when commanded, Axion will accompany Nova in a joint attack just as the Thorn Guards did. So I think when you summon him, I think this is the skill here, like King of the Dead. And as soon as you activate it, like he will come to all your skills. And we also discovered in the trailer that it seems like he also appears to skills that are not primed versions. But we will come to that later. And yeah, so you basically get, instead of your Thorn Guards, you get the big summon like Axion, and you use health when you use skills. However, Axion will recover Nova's HP and SP whenever she uses a skill, and it will also dive into a state of frenzy if it feels that Nova is in danger. This is super interesting. That means you consume health when you use skills. You get your health back when Axion or your skills when you use it, and I think they write use, but I think it will be also some kind of life steal. So maybe like you hit something and you get more HP back, because otherwise it would make, for me, not that much sense if you sacrifice health to just get health back. Yeah. So I think it's like maybe a bit of a life steal. And as soon as you enter like low life into a state of frenzy, I think this is kind of berserker mechanics, you know, like if you have low health, your damage increases and stuff. I think this is something like that. So your health goes down on Succession, and your Axion, your summon, like notice that, and then he goes super crazy and deals tons of damage, something like that. That will be really, really cool, because then you can play super risky on low health by dealing tons of damage by, yeah, still. I think you need your block there, and this is one reason why her block is so strong, because you use your own health as resource. You have to use your block in certain situations instead of your health pool, what is really cool. I hope it's like that, because that would be a really, really cool mechanic and would make the kit way more interesting in my opinion. They also showed some skills and described what they do. To be honest, those texts are often like, yeah, they write things, but if it's like really the way it is in the end, yeah, we have to see. They tend to, yeah, write like overreactive stuff, like super crazy, you know. But it's really cool that we see some prime skills here. Also prime fianchetto. Fianchetto is really cool skill. Also, Icy Prison, I think when you command your Axion with Icy Prison, like summons the chill from the world of the dead to freeze her enemies, maybe that means that you'll get like an AoE freeze everywhere. That would be also really cool. And yeah, we have to see how that turns out, but I think the Succession kit is really interesting with those mechanics. And from what I've saw so far, I think the Succession kit will be the better one for large scale fights. Of course, we have to wait. Succession and Awakening are not out yet, so definitely we have to wait, definitely. But her AoE skills are chunking now already, and with those prime skills, they even do more damage. And in my opinion, the damage is too high at the moment. I don't know how this is for PC, but on console, she one-shots people with one skill. I have not even full 10 weapons on my Nova, and I'm one-shotting people that are 10 armors. This is, I don't know, man. This is too much damage, in my opinion. It's also not the skills, it's themselves, it's the minion damage, the pawns damage, it's too high. I don't know if it's the same for PC though, but since it's a summon, the guards also have 50% accuracy. That means you're dealing tons of damage with 50% accuracy in a wide AoE area, just in pre-awakening. And if they add a succession, those skills will be even more, even stronger with the big summon, maybe even stronger. And when you go low health and frenzy, and he's even do more damage, I don't know, man. This is gonna crazy, man. I think this is maybe a bit too much, and I assume they will nerf the damage a bit. I think the damage that we have now should be the prime damage, and maybe give her more utility that the skills are a bit faster or so. But this damage is ridiculous, guys. Honestly, this is ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know what will happen in the future, but Succession is also really a really cool kit. I will definitely have a look at it. To be honest, I thought I will just play Awakening because Awakening is the fast playstyle. I don't like clunky playstyles really. But yeah, with those mechanics, if you really have to think and she's like more tactical, should I use that now? Do I have enough health and stuff? This close sounds really cool. So we're coming to Awakening now, and Awakening is she gets a rapier here, or let's say the actual weapon is her gauntlet here, and she summons the rapier and a big scythe depending on what she's doing right now. And this is also really cool. The weapon is called Sting. She also has, and it seems like she has passives in Awakening, and if that's the case, this is actually the first class, I think, with an active passive in Awakening. What is really strong in my opinion, because like those passives were just like Mewa and Musa, for example. Like the Musa has a buff where he can, when you use a skill, you can reset the cooldown of another skill. If it's on cooldown, you can spam it. For Mewa, for example, if she uses a certain skill, her other skills will change. They get more protection and they look different. Like mechanics like that, they were just added to Succession kits because Succession has less skills, so they need to compensate this with something. And this is actually the first passive Awakening we have, and this is really strong, not gonna lie, this is really strong. In my opinion, they should give those passives to all classes, like at some point, to all Awakening classes, because when they start adding like passives to new classes, I don't know, this is really, it sounds really strong here. We have to wait until, of course. Awaken Nova's major threat is En Garde, and the incredible boost of speed it gives her. She's able to stack Starved Breath, which with every skill, so I think we can see this also in the trailer, and at one point you use skills and then you get your Starved Breath. I think that stacks up to like, I don't know, 10 maybe, and this resource can be used to go En Garde and give her explosive speed. So there's actually a scene we assume we have a scene in the trailer where she does this. I think it's that, because it would make total sense. We will come to that scene later. And yeah, that's really cool that she gets explosive speed. It sounds explosive speed sounds really cool. I hope that is also explosive, because yeah, maybe they just overreact with explosive here, but it's not that fast, but I hope it's fast. When she enters On Guard, all her awakening skill are enhanced. More importantly, she becomes extremely quick and pulls out flashy attacks. This is really cool. That means as soon as you enter your On Guard skill, like stance, all your awakened skills will be enhanced. Basically means more damage, in my opinion. Like, yeah, mostly it means more damage. Maybe also they are safe, or I don't know. Like maybe they have wider AoE range. And this is really cool. This is really nice. And also, we don't see actually how fast she can get. The trailer doesn't show that much actually. And this will be really cool. We also have some skills here. Yeah, I think that's not too crazy. You can't really. I mean, Starfall. You can see this in the trailer. Create countless blades of light, then shoot them forward to deal astronomical damage. I hope they like to do words with that. Like, I think they overreacted that astronomical damage, but okay. Also, this Star's Ring, I think that also I think we also see this skill in the summon in the trailer. I think all those skills we can see in the trailer, because yeah, they showed them already, and then they show them here on paper kinda, but we don't have any numbers yet, so we don't know how accurate those descriptions are. Yeah, but this is so much for the Awakened kit. I really like that, because you have a fast Awakened kit and you still have access to your pre-Awakened kit. That means whenever you're in danger, you really can enter to your pre-Awakened block all the damage away, and then go into Awakening and speed away to do something. This is really strong, in my opinion. And of course we have to wait until we see how that really works. But this is really cool. This class will be really strong, even if they nerf this. Even if they nerf the damage. I mean, the damage is definitely too high pre-awaken only. And I saw a picture from PC. I don't know if it's real, but there was a Nova in the Siege War doing 308 kills. 308 kills in a Siege War. This is with pre-awakening. This is too much. I don't know though if it's real, because this is kind of easy to fake. You can just switch characters, put the title on, and then it still shows the stats. So it's possible that's a fake. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, the damage is definitely super high. So, but I don't. 308 is crazy. But yeah, I would say we go to the trailer now, and we will go there like step by step, and have a look at. We'll have a look at, yeah, at all the skills. Oh, let me turn this down a bit. And I will try to describe what we see here, because this is actually really interesting. We see both our outfits here. To be honest, I don't like the Succession outfit really much. I don't know why it's red. I think it's red because you'll use your own health, and also she has I don't know if it's spikes or I don't know what this is here on her neck. Looks really. Also, the helmet looks like your summon, the big summon, the two eyes, the horns, and I think it's red because yeah, you're basically a blood mage, because you use your own health and get it back and stuff like that, you know. So an icy blood mage, I don't know if maybe that's why it's red, but I don't know. The Awakening outfit also really looks cool, in my opinion. Also the shield here really cool. Not too much. Here we have the big summon. This is the Exian. And first off, we see some Awakened footage here. And this is also really important here, because we see her dashing. Though this back dash here, this will probably be a CC. Also, the first attack will probably be CC, but it is really important that she has some movement, like in forms of dashes, which is really cool. Also, this skill seems to be like a side dash into some attack. I also can assume that this is also like a side dash, and then you have kind of CC, maybe floats, maybe something like that, like with that last thing. Then she bursts forward. That means she has at least one dash. She has at least one dash, which is really cool. She bursts forward to some kind of AoE attack. I should have. And here we see like multiple stings. I also think those attacks, like those longer attacks, are maybe protected. And yeah, those stings are really, really cool, because this reminds me actually of an anime. Yeah, well, also it's like about nothing too important here. But yeah, the really important part about this is you have movement, you have fast attacks. We have to see though how the CC mechanics work, because in general, a friend told me, and what is kind of true when I like think about it, you don't have any CCs in Awakening, any protected CCs in Awakening. The only class that really have protected CCs in Awakening, I think, are Witch and Wizard, like instant protected CCs. Musa, for example, with Crush Crusher, it's just forward guard before the attack, so this is now protected CC. And if she also has no protected CCs in Awakening, that means she will more likely have protected movement into an unsafe CC, what will make her hard to play in my opinion, because then you need to be careful. If you have like no protected CCs, it will be risky to engage. And we have to, of course, there are core skills. We don't have core skills on console yet. Core skills are bond skills. That means you can choose one skill from Awakening that has a protected CC. And we don't have this yet, and we don't know what Nova's bond skills like will be, but that means we at least have one, what is really good. Yeah, because with that fast Awakening, I definitely want to have some safe CCs. The next is Succession. This hit here, this ice area is the last hit of Mauling Star, and I don't think that's Prime version, but could be Prime. This hit is actually, I don't know what this skill could be. I think it's Fianchetto skill. Yeah, that's Fianchetto. That's definitely Fianchetto. That's Fianchetto, yeah. See the guards coming out here. So this is Prime Fianchetto, the next move. This is really cool with those stars lightning there. Then she does Icy Fog here, like the side dash into the forward movement skill. Oh man, this is not good currently. So we have the forward movement skill, and then she... Wait a second, we have to look at that again. Which skills was that again? Oh yeah, this is a skill we don't have yet. We did an analysis, like we did go over the video yesterday with a friend, and we like watched frame by frame and had a look at all the skills. And this skill here, this one, we assume that this is one of the awakened, because this is not Stammer's mate. You can see this here, this guy here. This is the horse from the skill Stammer's mate, but this skill is not Stammer's mate. So it's also like a bit of movement skill, and that's really cool. So we have the new skill here. We think it's one of her like awakened skills she gets in pre-awakening, but of course we are not too sure here. Next, this is, I think that was Frozen Darkness, the last hit of it. Like, it's also primed, and yeah, looks really cool in my opinion. Next is she blocks a bit. This is the grab. Yeah, this is like the normal grapple. She pulls herself to the enemy. This is the last scene from Succession we've seen so far. Next is Awakening again. This is, I think this one is one of her scythe skills. You can see that she has the scythe here, and the scythe, it's in the description. It says the scythe is for area damage, so that means you have like a wide AOE's, and yeah, she. Oh, this will be an interest. This is one of the most important scenes, to be honest, because we see she has an like here. She has a side dash. If this is an iframe, I'm super happy because I really want her to have iframes. If she has an iframe, I will probably definitely play her. If she has no iframes, I don't know if I play her, because this is, to have an iframe is extremely important these days. And I hope that's an iframe. Also, the first move here is probably some melee. Oh, wait a second, some melee AoE attack with the scythe. Also, it says that this skill here, it's probably this one. Star's ring. Summons the scythe by like swinging around 3 times. Enemies near the star will not be able to move through its gravity. So this is probably a pull, like a pull skill. And I don't know if like in a vacuum, I don't know if it's also applies in PvP, but it's PvE, so maybe it's also PvP, we don't know yet. Don't have any data on that. But she dashes here. This skill, by the way, is Star's Fall, where she uses those blades coming into the ground. And this is the most, this is the important stuff. Like after Star's Fall, you see that where she kind of collects something and enters in the stance. I think this is when you enter the en garde stance, because she stands there like en garde, you know, like the yeah, you know what I mean. And I think that this will be the animation for when you collect your passives, when you use some skills like Stealth Breath, you get the Stealth Breath stacks, then you collect this with those animation, and then you enter the en garde stance, and then you're super fast. Sadly, we don't see anything, like also she glows a bit, you can see, so I definitely think this is the en garde stance. Sadly, we don't see any footage of that now, and this is, I think they want to, don't show too much, but this is really cool. I really want to see that, how fast she is. Next scene we have a Succession again. This is the last hit from Rhyme Eyes. I don't know if it's a primed skill. I don't think so, really, because you can't really see. And she backdashes with Icy Fog into Stammer's Mate. This is the Stammer's Mate skill with the Axion. So here's your summon, the big summon. You also don't see any guards, so that means you can't summon your guards while you have the Axion out. Oh, I really need better quality. Like, you need to preload those videos. So you have Stammer's Mate with your Axion. And here's the grapple movement again. And yeah, this was Frozen Darkness, I think, again, like the last hit. Oh, what skill was that again? Yeah. Also, you summon your Axion with her, and it seems like he's not attacking anything, so maybe he's just summoned with all skills, we don't know yet. Because you see, he instantly disappears again, so it was kinda, I don't know. This next skill, I think it was called Storming Star, when I remember correctly. It seems to be the normal Storming Star, like it's no extra effects or so maybe not Prime version. And this is the next one. If this is not a Prime version, because she summons the Axion again here, you can see that actually. She summons it again, it comes out of your skill, so that means maybe that you get your Axion with all your skills, no matter if it's primed or not. That would be really cool. That means the Axion itself is a passive that applies to all skills. And yeah, we have to see how that turns out, but this would be really cool that you can summon it with all skills. So the next up we have the Awaken kit again, and it shows the scythe here when you transform your rapier to a scythe. And this is some area damage, like you pull the scythe somewhere and this is like mid-range damage. This skill will probably be super armored. I don't see any CCs to the mobs here, so it's maybe just a damage skill. Let me jump back a bit. Then we see her movement again. This is really fast, and we also see, if you look close, she has the aura like from En Garde stance. I hope that's the aura. Like, you can see this a bit, and I hope that this will be explosive movement, something like that. I don't know yet. Of course, it could be just a normal skill without the En Garde stance, but we don't know yet. I hope, though, that this speed is really cool. Not gonna lie, this dash is... If you have multiple of those dashes, this will be super strong. Also, this will be probably CC. The skill she did there probably will be a CC. And she's doing her backdash into counterattack again, what we saw in the beginning. We saw this skill in the beginning, I think, this one. This is also just like a combo skill. Here she throws the scythe, but we don't see the actual skill after that. Could be that this is just like that he can just throw the scythe somewhere, and if it hits something, and something will happen, or if it's just the start of his skill, we don't see the end. Could also be. Also, what is interesting when you watch this side dash, like remember the first side dash, she just dashed with her sting, with her rapier, and now when she side dashes, she has the scythe in her hands already. Like, see that when she side dashes, she dashes into the scythe, and that could mean that you have some kind of mechanic that when you dash, that you swap your weapon or to the scythe. I don't know yet, but this looks really cool in my opinion. Next scene we have Succession again. This is probably, what's this called again, like forward B, Quantum's Ascension, I think. This is also primed. You have like multiple effects here. Could be a prime version. Also it seems to be a bit faster. This is Frozen Darkness, 100%. This is her jump, of course, and then we have the 200%. Nothing too crazy here. The 200% actually. Yeah, it's actually not that great. We tested it already a bit. It's not that great. It's okay, but not that great. And we see the 200%. This is definitely the skill Starfall. I mean, it would make total sense. Starfall is already, yeah, you know what I mean. Like, this is definitely Starfall. It looks really cool, but I don't know if the animation is really that long. I don't see the skill any good. Like, and at the end we see Axion again, and yeah guys, that was the trailer. I think the 200% of the Awakening will be like, I don't know, I mean with the next patch we get a 30-minute cooldown on those skills, so you really want to use like things that are really good. And I don't know if that's the case for those 200%. I think they will do damage, but yeah, like long animation 200% are in most cases they're not that great, because you have like in large scale fights can be so fast, and of course in some situations it can work. It can work, but like 200% Zerker, for example, will still be way superior than like 200% with a long animation and long wind-up and stuff. It's the same for my Musa, for example. The 200% really chunks. The damage is super high, but it's slow, so it's not really, it's not really usable in most situations. Of course, you can use it in some, but yeah, you know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. So that was the trailer. I hope you like my analysis about this, and yeah. I'm pretty excited for that class. I think I will definitely play Awakening. I also will have a look at Succession, but the Succession kit, I mean, it says it will get more movement when you look here. I think it was here. Her growth and strength can be especially seen in enhanced movement skills along with more diverse combos between skills. We don't really see more really crazy movement stuff in the trailer, so maybe they won't show this to us. I hope she will get some movement, because in Succession she will be really slow, and I really want to be this class. Like, I don't know, I like fast classes, and I'm really happy that Awakening is fast. I'm really happy about this, and if Awakening has an iframe, like with the side dashes or so, I will probably play her, and we'll see how I like her. How it turns out. I think both kits, like, you can feel those classes, like they adding recently, have way more stuff in their kits. Also her Sharshin, pre-awakened her Sharshin back then when they released it. And like also the pre-awakening was so strong already. We have this kind of the same here with Nova, and I think all the future classes, like their kits will be super strong in general, like the whole kits, pre-awakened and awakened, because now they design classes with Succession and they make pre-awakening stronger. And in my opinion, when I compare this to not only my Musa, also other older classes, man, I can't use half of my pre-awaken kit because so many skills are just bad. Like, you can't use them because they're just bad. In my opinion, they should rework the older classes a bit, like maybe deleting, giving new skills, deleting old skills, adding new mechanics to awakenings, stuff like that, man. Like, if they give new classes so many passive mechanics and cool stuff, and I mean, damage can always be adjusted, but when you have a class with a lot of stuff in it, and with super, like, mechanical stuff, you can do so much. When you have classes with that, even if you nerf the damage, the classes will not be bad, because they have so much stuff in their kits. Of course, we have to see. I think Nova's damage will get a nerf. It's my opinion. Of course, if they just say, no, Nova's fine, we leave it that way, then, yeah, okay, do it. But I think the damage is definitely too high. If you have a fast awakened kit with her pre-awakening now, yeah, I mean, that basically means you can transport your pre-awakened damage, like, to anywhere, like, super fast, like everywhere super fast, because you just switch awakening, you go somewhere super fast, and then you go pre-awakening and chunk 10 people with your super high damage skills. Yes, also I saw already, and I fought actually Nova and Katsuga back the day, like 2 days ago. She was a meme build, like super DP. Man, she did so much damage. Because the clones have their own damage, you also can, I think Succession can be played meme, 100%. With this clone damage, also we don't know the damage from the Axion, from the big summon yet, but it's probably super high. So maybe you can go super DP on her, but still be able to deal really good damage. Because this Nova, I don't know, it took me so long to kill him. Like, of course I couldn't CC him, like CC a Nova, it's impossible without a grab, nearly if you don't do a mistake. So I tried to get damage in the back, and it took so long to kill him. Also, he killed me a few times, and I felt that his skills did like no damage, but the clones did really high damage. So if you want to play your Nova on DP, I think you definitely can do that. I don't know though for Awakening. I think Awakening needs AP and accuracy, but yeah, we have to see how it turns out. Yeah, guys, tomorrow I will do another video for my contest we did, and I will yeah, give a shout out to the winners, and they get their rewards. And also, I hope you had a great time celebrating New Year's Eve. The year is finally over. I know many people think Corona is now over, but in my opinion, this will take a bit, yeah, it's not over yet, but I hope this year will be super better than last year. And with that being said, guys, have a good one and see you next time.